Namaste, I'm Kate, and welcome to this full moon yoga sequence. If you're really into doing yoga as a way of celebrating and recognizing your relationship to the lunar cycles, go ahead and subscribe to my channel or just click like on this video now. It may be one that you want to do at other full moons or even new moon as well. That way it'll stay in your archive and you can find it more easily. It's my pleasure today to share with you this sequence that I've been playing around with for maybe 3 or 4 months now, and it's a combination of elements of Chandra Namaskar, which is the salute to the moon. Some of you may be familiar with salute to the sun. Chandra Namaskar is a slower sequence. It's still, I guess, a young yoga sequence, but it's a little slower and more steadying. And I've also added some elements of the Moon Mandala sequence, which is a prana flow Shiva ray sequence. So I've taken some inspiration from a variety of places and pulled this together. I love moving in a way that feels very kind of lyrical and feminine and in a watery kind of flow when it comes to practicing around moon time. Both my own personal moon time, so around ovulation time is usually in sync with full moon for me, and that is true in this case. Women always used to ovulate in rhythm with the cycles of the moon, you know, many hundreds of years ago, and a lot of us have fallen out of sync with that. So a way of celebrating your moon time and celebrating lunar cycles is a way of getting back in touch with the rhythms of nature, both around us and within us. So we'll go ahead and get started. Find a sacred, comfortable place to practice where you won't be disturbed. I like to set up a little altar with some candles and some sacred objects. You may wish to do that as well. And if you're practicing with an intention, maybe you want to go and just have a moment to connect with that as well, and we'll integrate that into the sequence. Or we can do that together now. So let's go ahead and find a comfortable standing position. Feet hip width apart. Take a hand to your heart and a hand to your belly. You may wish to close the eyes or gaze at the floor. And just noticing how you are at this point in body, mind and breath. So a few moments to just check in with what you're bringing to your practice today, tonight, wherever you are in the world. And then connecting in with the spirit of the full moon that is upon us, and what it means to you to practice in rhythm with the cycles of the moon. The full moon is symbolic of ripeness, fertility, and bringing to fruition the things within us. Bringing the hands in prayer at your heart and connecting in with your intention, your sankalpa for this practice. What are you bringing to fruition? What is the light of this radiant moon ripening in your life? Slowly opening the eyes and cupping the hands as if you were holding that beautiful full moon right here in your hands. You can keep the eyes closed actually if you like, and then draw that full moon into your heart. Place both hands over your heart. Ripening with the light of the full moon radiant in your body. We'll take an Om, hands in prayer, inhale. skies, cupping your hands in front of you once again, gazing up and out, standing tall and proud. And sweeping the hands around behind you, placing your hands at your lower back, fingers down, inhale. Bringing the chest towards the sky, sending the hips forward, back bend. Coming back to center, reaching the arms up, taking a side bend, inhale here. Exhale, making a crescent moon shape with your body. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Coming back to center and sweeping the hands around once again, cupping that full moon in your hands, softening the shoulders down the back, sweeping your hands around to your lower back again, heart to the sky, inhale. And this time as you exhale, folding all the way forward, bending over the legs. And then stepping the left foot to the back of the mat. Sweeping the arms up, coming into a lunge. And then drawing the right hand down, so bringing the elbow in and then really sending that left arm back, lengthening all the way down the left side of the body. Making a crescent moon shape here. And hands to the mat, hopping that back foot in a little, straightening both legs and folding forward, release the head and neck. Squaring off the hips. We're going to move into triangle pose now. So line up the instep of the back foot with the heel of the front foot. Sweep the left arm up, inhale. Exhale, release the arms, square the shoulders to the floor. Inhale, sweep up again. And hold. If you want to use more core strength, you can hover with the hand in front of your leg. Trying to lengthen the underside of the right waist here. We're moving into half moon. You can bring your hand to your hip, gaze at the floor, right fingertips, reach for balance, and the left leg extends up and back. Steadying the breath, steadying the mind, and maybe reaching up, gazing at the left fingertips. And then reaching the left foot for the left hand, full moon, kicking into the hand there, little back bend. And exhale, release. Bending over that front leg again. And then sweeping yourself around, toes to the long side of the mat, coming into goddess pose. And moving through the hips a little bit here. Lotus mudra with the hands, thumbs and pinky fingers touch. Fingers splay out to the sides. Inhale, reach the lotus up. Exhale, drawing it in and connecting back in with your intention. What is it you're ripening and bringing to fruition at this time under the glorious full moon? And then turning your left toes to the short edge of the mat, drop the right knee down, coming into a lunge on the other side. Inhale, arms up. And then you may wish to bend into that left elbow, tuck it in, and deepen into the back bend, spiraling your right shoulder back behind the ear, looking to the sky here. hands to the mat, hopping the back foot forward, straightening into both legs and folding over the front leg. Squaring at the hips. Exhale, release. Letting the weight of the head just hang here. Then lining up the instep of the back foot with the front heel, preparing for triangle pose, Trikonasana. Inhale up, exhale, release the arm. Sweeping up again. Finding the flow of the body with the flow of the breath. And settling into stillness here. Lengthening the underside of the left side body. Activating the core here. Radiating out from your navel center. Expanded in the glorious light of the moon. Even better if you're practicing outside. From here, moving to half moon, so hand takes the hip, left fingertips reach for the mat. Straightening the right leg, reaching the right arm and maybe the gaze up. Preparing for full moon, catch the right foot with the right hand, kicking up. And release back down. Folding over the left leg. Hands to the mat, step back into a downward facing dog. Knees to the mat. And walk your hands forward, dropping your heart down towards the earth here. Anahata Asana, Anahata Chakra being the heart chakra. And creeping forward onto your belly, taking a baby cobra. So the hands hover, tops of the feet are on the mat. And then exhale, bringing your whole body flat to the earth, palms together. Third eye centered to the ground. Pausing here to rest a few moments. Surrendering to the sweetness of the practice. Allowing yourself to be humbled by the divine rhythms of nature. Sweeping the arms around under the shoulders. You can do baby cobra again or full cobra. And exhale. Downward facing dog. Lifting the right leg high. Exhale. Step it between the hands. Now this bit may be a little tricky if you haven't done it before. We're going to turn the toes, front and back toes, to the long end of the mat here. Rolling onto the outside edges of both feet. Keep that left hand firmly under the left shoulder, reaching the right arm back, gazing at the thumb. And then inhale, sweep the arm up and over, coming into a little back bend. Exhale. Flowing with the breath. Heart to the sky. One more. And then we're going to walk all the way around to the other long edge of the mat. So the toes face the back of the mat now. And you're going to see my backside here. That's okay. You can just start to flow through, bending one knee and then the other, dragging your hands along the earth. So sweeping yourself in this water-like, fluid, feminine motion. You can get a bit free form with the arms here. And then we're going to come down into Skandasana, so both feet stay pressed to the mat, dropping the hips down, right knee out, flexing the wrists. Very powerful posture. And pressing back up, finding that flow through the hips again. You can move even slower if that is what your body wants. And dropping into the other side, Skandasana. Flex the wrists. And pressing up, moving your toes. So left toes face the top of the mat. And stepping back, downward facing dog. Left leg reaches up. Exhale, sweep that left foot through. Turning the left toes and the right toes to the long edge of the mat. Getting all into the outer left hip here. Finding the posture and then move flowy. Inhale, reach up. Flowy into a back bend, heart to the sky. One more of this very lyrical, feminine movement. Hands to the mat, step back, downward facing dog. Knees to the mat, creep the hands forward. Heart melts down to the earth, Anahata Asana. Gratitude for the support of the earth here. Creeping forward, take a baby cobra. And then melting down to the mat, whole body rests, third eye at the earth, palms in prayer, outstretched. Bowing in humble gratitude for the divine rhythms of nature sustaining our life, your life, on this tiny planet, in this tiny galaxy, in an infinitely expanding universe. Sweeping the hands around by the shoulder heads. You can take baby cobra again or full cobra. And then downward facing dog. Walk your feet to the front of the mat, coming into a forward fold. Release the head and neck here. Inhale, sweeping the arms up and around to the lower back. Heart to the sky, back bend. Press the thighs forward as you drop back. And coming up, cupping your hands like you're holding that radiant moon in your hands. Connecting in with this lunar cycle. The fullness of this radiant moon. Bringing a hand to your heart and a hand to your belly. That concludes the asana portion of this practice. You may wish to stay standing or float down to a comfortable seat. Honoring yourself, your own moon cycle, your own lunar rhythms in the cycles of your body, your feminine body. Bringing the hands in prayer at the heart. Conclude with the chant of Om, bringing back that intention, that sankalpa that you set for tonight's full moon practice. And we'll chant the vibration of Om to seal that intention. Inhale. Bowing the head, you can bring the thumbs to the third eye, and then bring the brow center to the floor, pranam. Namaste, aho, and so it is, friends. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope to see you on the mat again soon.